Finally, opposition leader of Canada spoke straightforward to Canadian government and Canadian Prime Minister that number of migrants are increased so much. He gave data of asylum seeker, he gave data of temporary resident visas, student visas, and the work permit holders. Temporary resident visa includes student visas, work permit holders, and also asylum seeker. He told that number of the migrant exceed threshold level, and now we need to pause immigration. He gave data that almost 50 to 60% migrants numbers increased, and Canadian government and Canada our country is not going to absorb migrants more in our countries. And also Mark Miller, immigration minister, when gave statement regarding students. Now things are clear that Mark Miller is not saying by himself. There are some things going on inside at government level, at opposition level. There are some discussions going on regarding migrants because some numbers of the migrants are alarming for politicians, opposition leader, and even for the Prime Minister of Canada. Opposition leader advised Prime Minister that you have to pause immigration, or second option is that you can reduce immigration. If Canadian immigration will not reduce, we will go into a very severe housing crisis. We are going into very severe unemployment crisis and economic crisis. Now, this is very important to note. There are two extreme conditions in Canadian immigration. Now, people are thinking, like Mark Miller told straightforward to the students, that your destiny is only education. You come here and you study in colleges and universities and you go back to your home. This is not your right to work here and use your skills in your home country. And also, he clearly told that we are not giving you PR, permanent residence. If you are thinking that you will stay here and you will try your luck to get the PR as it was going on in the past, we are not going to give you PR, he confirmed. Now, problem is only one. If the students will know that there is no work and there is no PR chance, and we have to consume many $1,000 just for study, and we will come back into our home country, which is developing country, and which will have very less salary. And if he will think that the money which I will consume, the fee which I will consume, which is very high in Canada, that I will be able to compensate in my home country or not. He will go to Canada or he will not go to Canada. In my mind, he will not go to Canada. The good thinker of Canada are giving advice to opposition leader and prime minister that such statements are not good passing immigration. Such statements are not good that you will say that you must not come to our country. Such statements are not good when you will say to the students that after getting your degree you have to go back. They are telling, of course, immigrants numbers are increased at dangerous level in Canada because temporary residents are so much increasing, especially tourist visa holders are not going back to their home countries. They are trying to stay there. This is the reason due to which Canada was offering different programs, skilled workers, PNP is still offering, and these numbers are going to be increased. So by all way, migrant numbers in the provinces, and the federal government is very serious now. Colleges are also instructed to reduce number of students, and provinces are taking their own step to reduce number of students, and work permit holders also being capped in the coming days, and new rules are already implemented, and new rules, especially you will see from the Canadian government statement of Mark Miller clearly telling they are making rules, and also they are instructing colleges that you have to tell us that how many students are enrolled, and direct emails to the student is the evidence that Canadian government is going to take another action. Now, what is the point of the good analyzer? In my opinion, that both extreme conditions are not good. If you will allow Canadian immigration too much, it's not good for Canadian citizens, and Canadian citizens are always suffering, and they are right. Rather, I will say Canadian citizens are leaving Canada. A lot of Canadian citizens left Canada. They are living due to housing crisis. They are living due to very expensive grocery, and even Canadian citizen is telling that even I am not able to purchase mobile here due to the huge taxes have been increased so much. So jobs ratio is also very good, so very less. So these are all actually due to the migrants who entered into the Canada. Resources are being used by Canadian citizens and migrants more. The opposition leader told that enough number of migrants now are present currently in Canada. Enough number of asylum seeker applications are have been filed. He told enough number of the students are present in Canada, and all these temporary resident holders are switching towards the work permit. These all temporary resident holders are switching towards the nationality, mean Canadian citizens. How we can compensate all these people? It means that over people are leaving Canada. Canadian citizens are leaving Canada. Therefore, it's very necessary for a revolutionary immigration program. Looking into it, immigration opposition leader desired to pause immigration for some time, but in my opinion it will not be good. It will be extreme condition, extreme decision, because when you will close migration, it means skilled migration, skilled workers still are highly required in Canada. Normally, if Canada has been constructed, Canada companies are working, these are due to the overseas skilled workers. No doubt, fake students, fake work permit holders, the people which are very useless, they are also entered Canada, and they are damaging economy, because when you will not work there, and definitely you will not have any role in escalating the economy of the Canada. So definitely you are burdened. Even when they will become Canadian citizens, they will not work and they will rely on social security. But skilled worker who is working in hospital, working in companies, labor, especially trade persons, they are very important, because they are playing very significant role. Electrician is required in all houses. The plumbers are required in all houses. Masons are required. Civil engineers are required, because housing crisis means you need to construct new houses. And normally Canadian citizens are not much hard worker. These are overseas genuine skilled workers who work a lot. There must be a balanced system. Students must be allowed to stay, but only talented students must be given a work permit, and other students, you can say you go home because you have no skill. Therefore, to saying this that all students will go back will not be good for Canada. Similarly, inviting skilled migration, some people must be guarded, that not all, some people who are professional and top skilled persons and intelligent minds all over the world are present. When they will go to Canada, they will work with the Canadian government in the Canadian companies, and Canadian economic growth will rise, and employment ratio will increase, housing sector will increase, and definitely the problems due to which opposition leader is speaking, Canadian citizens are speaking, Canadian prime minister is speaking, Canadian immigration Mark Miller minister is speaking, all things will are related with these overseas skilled workers who can raise economy once again. But check and balance capping for fake people is very necessary to reduce the numbers and to reduce the fake agents, fake persons to enter into Canada is very essential at this spot. This is my analysis. Thank you very much.